Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets because the last 12 hours or so have not been very good for Bitcoin, or at least that's how it would appear on the surface. Bitcoin in the last 12 hours has managed to come down here and break the level of support at $6,600 and pulled all the way back down to around $6,450 where it got a very healthy bounce. And as you can see, Bitcoin is currently testing resistance at $6,600, and we'll be discussing in today's video whether or not I believe we're going to be getting above $6,600, and if we do, what the ramifications would be of that movement, because I do think they will be significant. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about in the longer term time frames for Bitcoin and really get to the bottom of where Bitcoin is going to be moving over the next couple of days on into the next week or so, because I think there are a lot of good pointers that are telling us what's going to happen in relation to that. Anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Bitcoin is currently trading just a little bit under $6,600. In a scrapped recording I just scrapped, Bitcoin actually managed to get above $6,600. So if I hadn't messed up that recording, then you guys would have seen live Bitcoin break above this, but it was rather it was a bit of an anticlimax, to be totally honest, because Bitcoin did get above here. We did see three white soldiers right here, and Bitcoin did get above. Unfortunately, we are currently breaking below. I do think we're going to get back up above this, even if it doesn't happen right now. This could just be one of those fake outs, and then we come up here and get above it later on. Like I said, we'll be discussing that in a little bit, but let's go ahead and do a short crypto market recap here on CoinMarketCap today, because there's not a whole lot to talk about on CoinMarketCap, but of course that's part of tradition. Let's go ahead and talk about it because there are some interesting things we want to discuss here. Bitcoin, depending on what exchange you're looking at, is trading just a hair under $6,600 with a daily volume of around $4.6 billion. Definitely a rather normal day for Bitcoin's volume, and we're down by a little under 1% in the last 24 hours. Really, that's nothing to write home about. That's nothing all that important, because I think the technicals are looking very bullish for Bitcoin, even if its straight up price hasn't been looking all that bullish in the last exactly 24 hours. Ethereum's currently trading at a decent price here at around $234, with a daily volume looking pretty normal at around $2.2 billion, and it's up by about 4.21% over the last 24 hours. That's definitely not a bad thing for Ethereum, although Ethereum has been basically just trading sideways lately. The interesting one, which we will be showing you at the end of the video, is XRP. XRP is currently trading at around 57 cents, and it has a daily volume of just under 24 hours, just under $1 billion in the last 24 hours, and it's up by around 10% in the last 24 hours. And the interesting thing here is that if we sort by change over the last 24 hours, well, XRP was the number one up here when I recorded this video just 10 minutes ago. But as we know, the crypto markets move very quickly. XRP is now the third highest gaining altcoin over the last 24 hours. We see CyberMiles up a little bit over 10%. Who knows how long that'll last? But for right now, CyberMiles is doing very well, and so is Pivx. And overall, the total altcoin markets are doing rather well. They're slightly more bullish than bearish. Interestingly enough, Monero hasn't moved at all. Monero is the new stablecoin, but Monero is actually in the top 10 now. Good for Monero. But as we can see, the altcoin market is ever so slightly more bullish than it is bearish. We do see three double-digit losers in Eternal Token, Electroneum, and Gas, but overall, the red that we see in the altcoin market isn't as deep as the green we see in the altcoin market, and the altcoin market seems to be just ever so slightly more green, although it kind of balances out considering how bad those three other altcoins are doing. Like I said, not a whole lot to talk about here. Nothing really to write home about on market cap or BTC dominance, so let's go ahead and get on to the chart. Now, there's a lot of things I want to talk about here, and one of them I meant to allude to in the actual intro to this video, and that is that Bitcoin has actually entered what is known as an ascending triangle pattern. And this is a very significant pattern, because what we've seen Bitcoin do here over the last couple of days is that Bitcoin has managed to run on a little rally here. It bottomed out here at around $6,200 or so, ran on a rally, came up here and got resistance at $6,800. From there, it pulled back and set a low at $6,300 or so, and then we ran up and got a double top at $6,800. That's a very interesting trend, because that double top plays into what is known as an ascending triangle pattern. And that ascending triangle pattern is confirmed by the fact that we came down and got support at a higher low than we did on the first low. So this low right here is higher than this one. And when you see a higher low and also a double top, that means that you've entered an ascending triangle pattern, which is a bullish continuation pattern. And it's a bullish continuation pattern, which is very good because the trend leading into it is likewise bullish. And that does indicate that we're more than likely going to come up here and be breaking $6,800 in the next couple of days or so. Let me show you another couple of things that are very bullish for Bitcoin and kind of set the stage for the point I want to make in today's video. What we've seen Bitcoin do also on the daily chart is that Bitcoin has come and gotten support at the 20 EMA, guys. I've talked so much about the 20 EMA, but I actually have something to talk about on the 20 EMA that I don't talk about all that much. And that's the fact that, yes, we are above the 20 EMA, but there's another interesting and peculiar thing in relation to the 20 exponential moving average. And that will be the fact that we're trading around it. As you can see, we've been trading up and down and up and down, and we've been trading above and below this moving average for a long time, and we haven't really seen a whole lot of movement. We've basically seen Bitcoin trading sideways here for the last 3 weeks or so. And what that indicates to me, and you really see this in the fact that the 20 EMA has gone horizontal, what that indicates to me is indecision in the market. You know how when you have a consolidation pattern, I'll go ahead and show you an example on XRP, which I wanted to show you. You know how when you have a consolidation pattern, you're trading sideways and you're constricting the price action, you're kind of moving in, volatility's dropping off. Typically what you see at the end of that is you see a very strong bullish breakout either to the, well, you typically see either a very strong bullish or bearish breakout to one direction, and you normally see something like that happen. That's exactly what we saw happen on Ethereum, excuse me, XRP. I keep calling XRP Ethereum. That's exactly what we saw happen on XRP here in the last couple of hours, is that XRP was in this consolidation pattern and broke bullish. What I'm seeing happen here on the short term for Bitcoin, and by short term I mean the last month, that's not exactly all that short term, but I'm using short term in this case. What I'm seeing happening on Bitcoin in the last month or so is it's basically been trading sideways. The 20 EMA shows that. And what I think is going to happen is that we're going to see some explosive price action coming, and I think it's going to be bullish. That's my call. I do think that Bitcoin is going to be breaking bullish here, and let me show you how I think that's going to happen. We've talked about before about how important it is for Bitcoin to get above the 20 EMA, and what I think is going to happen now is that now that we're moving up, if we break above $6,600 and confirm a break above it, like we're trying to right now, that's very significant, because that means that Bitcoin has come down and gotten support on the 20 EMA and managed to stay there. That's a very important thing. If that doesn't happen, this kind of changes a little bit, but if Bitcoin can stay above this 20 EMA, what I think is going to happen is that Bitcoin on the hourly chart is going to come up here and we're going to test $6,800 again, and this time I don't think it's going to hold. I think Bitcoin is going to break it and come up here to this downtrend of resistance, and this is a very powerful downtrend of resistance because this is the downtrend of resistance that Bitcoin has been under for the entire year. That is a very important downtrend of resistance. That is trivial by absolutely no stretch of the imagination, and if we get above that, that will be one of the first early warning signs that Bitcoin may be about to enter a bull market. Does that confirm that we've entered a bull market? Absolutely not. But if we get above it, that's one of the first stepping stones that we need to walk across to get into the actual development of a bull market. We need to do a lot of other things to get into a bull market, like getting above the 200 daily simple moving average, which isn't that far away. It's not even $800 away, and also we need to get above $7,400. But I think what Bitcoin is going to do here over the next couple of days is it's going to come up and at the very least test $6,800 again, because like I said, we have this uptrend here, which is a very bullish thing. I think we're going to come up here and test $6,800 again, and this time if it breaks, I'm thinking that more than likely it is going to break, but of course there's a possibility that it doesn't. If it does break, we're going to come up here and test this downtrend of resistance, and that's where the interesting thing is going to happen. If Bitcoin is up here trading around this downtrend of resistance, watch out for that, because that is a very significant piece of significant piece of information for the technical analyst and the trader, because if Bitcoin breaks that, then we're going to see a very, very big movement in Bitcoin's price, and if we reject from it, we're probably also going to see a very, very big movement in Bitcoin's price action, and I'll be making a video when this happens because I do think it's going to happen. So what do I think is going to happen from here? I think Bitcoin is going to break above $6,800. As you can see, we've already tried to a couple of times. On the 5-minute a little while ago here at about 5 a.m. where I am, Bitcoin tried, and also we tried a couple of minutes ago when I was recording the first take of this video, and now it looks like Bitcoin is curving up to give it another go. I think we're going to get above this, and after that, I think Bitcoin's going to come up to $6,800 and hopefully get above that. Is there a chance that we don't get above $6,600 or $6,800? Absolutely, guys. And I'll go ahead and explain what happens if that happens. But my main scenario is that Bitcoin gets above this level, comes up to $6,800, and comes up here to this downtrend of resistance. And that would really make sense, guys, because the fundamentals in Bitcoin have been doing nothing but getting better all year. The bears have really just started to lose the argument here over the last couple of months, and that really ties into the technicals as well. Let me show you why. There's a very interesting uptrend on the technical chart, and I'm going to be making a dedicated video talking about this in a little while, but we see right here, this uptrend. I haven't talked about this much because I've been wanting to make a dedicated video on it here, but this is a very important uptrend because what we've seen in 2018 here ever since the end of June is that Bitcoin has been making higher lows. And that's a very important thing. Bitcoin has been making higher lows. Let me tell you why that's a very important thing. As we talk about on the channel and in the cryptocurrency technical analysis course, link in the description, one of the main ways that you can call the beginning and the continuation, I should say, of a bull market is by deciding whether or not the market is making higher highs and higher lows. And of course, one of the components of that is making higher lows, and Bitcoin has been making higher lows for the last 2 months. We saw a low down here at $5,750. That was a yearly low. Then we set another low down here around $6,000, another low at around $6,150, another higher low. And in the last couple of days, those higher lows have been getting even higher and actually breaking the uptrend in a bullish way. We've been seeing higher lows setting above the uptrend. We see a higher low and an even higher low. That is a very bullish pattern that I don't think enough people are giving enough credit, and that's something we need to be looking out for. If Bitcoin was making lower lows, that would be very bearish. And it's making lower highs, but it's not making lower lows. We've entered this kind of consolidation pattern and started to get away from $6,000. And as I discussed also in the bull and the bear market video in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, whenever you see Bitcoin or whatever market not even needing to come down to a level of support to get support anymore, like let me show you what I mean by that. Whenever you see a horizontal level of resistance and you see the market come down here and test this again and again, we see the market do something like this. It comes down, test it, and then doesn't even need to test anymore and starts getting higher lows. That means you're getting away from the need of that level of support. And obviously, we very much needed that level of support a little while ago because we kept coming down here and breaking below it and getting support on the $100 billion market capitalization level rather than $6,000. That hasn't been happening lately. Bitcoin has managed to hold an uptrend and set higher lows without even needing to go all the way down to $6,000. That also in line with the very bullish fundamentals, the fact that BACT is coming, the fact that, well, not the fact, but my opinion anyway, that the Bitcoin ETF is going to be accepted, and also the fact that a lot of people are looking forward to the Bitcoin ETF being accepted. Look, guys, I think one is going to be accepted whether or not it's the Van Eck one by the end of 2019. The fundamentals are looking very good. The horizon for Bitcoin regulation is looking very good. And overall, the technicals are looking very bullish as well. I do think Bitcoin is going to come up here, break above $6,600, as you saw do for about 30 seconds over there while I was rambling. I think it's going to come up to $6,800. And from there, I think there's a very good possibility that we break this downtrend of resistance. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think of that scenario. I think that's the most likely scenario. And I do think that the next week or so is going to be rather bullish for Bitcoin. Is there a chance that I'm wrong? Like I said, guys, I have to make sure you guys realize this is not set in stone. I'm not a soothsayer. I cannot predict the market any better than the best technical analyst in the world, and I'm not the best technical analyst in the world. The fact of the matter is I'm a human and I can be wrong, but also the fact of the matter is that my opinion is that I think Bitcoin is moving up. Whatever that opinion is worth, that's what you guys have to decide. But tell me in the comment section down below what you think about that. Is Bitcoin moving up? Is Bitcoin moving down? Are you guys in Bitcoin right now? Are you hedging yourself in altcoins or in Tether? Are you guys in the market? Let's get a conversation started in the comment section down below. I'll have a conversation with myself in the description down below while I'm writing it. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I do want to thank each and every single one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.